a former NFL player, not former at the time, he was an NFL player at the time, played for the New England Patriots. But he had a second home in Tampa, Florida. So in the off season, he was here down in Florida, and he got word while he was here in the off season that something was happening at his home in Albany, New York. And so he started to get some phone calls. He started to ask people about had they heard anything. And it turned out that while they were out of town and living here in the state of Florida, that some teenagers had broken into his home and were throwing a party. He actually got on to Twitter and some other social media and actually began to see pictures posted of teenagers in his house dancing on his table, dragging beer kegs across the floor, dancing and playing music. And this was all happening on social media in Albany, New York, while he was here in Florida. And he made some phone calls, called the police. They showed up, put an end to it. But it turned out that before the police got there, there were over 300 teenagers in his house having a party, tearing up his yard. There was over $20,000 in damage to his house. Well, this NFL player began to decide what steps he could take. He got the police involved and decided what the next thing should do. But he had a heart for helping teenagers. And so he came up with a plan. He decided that he would go online, go onto these same social websites and social sites, and he posted some of the pictures of his house, which included some of the teenagers, and he reached out with a message to all of the teenagers that were involved in the wrecking of his house. And he said, I would like to reach out to the young people that did this to my house. And he said, I'd like to make you an offer. Instead of pressing charges, I would like to invite you all over to my house for a picnic and a day of cleaning up the mess. He said, in exchange, I'll press no charges. I'm going to throw a big picnic. You can imagine what an NFL player might be able to throw for them. Big picnic, no charges, cleaning up the mess. 300 teenagers. You can guess how many showed up. 4 teenagers showed up, and more than 4 parents sued him for putting the pictures of their teenager online. You read that, you think that is symptomatic of our culture, sadly, not wanting to take responsibility, not wanting to take responsibility for our own actions. And that is not just symptomatic of our culture, but it's symptomatic of our culture because it's symptomatic of the old man, of the old nature, of who we are prior to salvation, who we are born to be. And that is one of the characteristics of the old man, is shifting the blame to others and not taking responsibility for our actions. And it goes